I have seldom seen it this clearly that the White House and the economic data are telling you what the stock market is going to do. It's going to go down in the short term, and the hope is that they will reset the economy and it will turn around. This is the big hope, and it is a big hope, because right now you can see that all the major indices have gone down significantly. The NASDAQ has gone down 6.8%, almost 7%. The S&P 500 has gone down 4.2%, and the Dow Jones Industrials have done the best. They've only gone down 3.4%. But this is just the beginning. The big date coming up is April 2nd. He was going to put 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico, but he gave them a 1-month delay, and that is delayed until April 2nd. He didn't want to make it April 1st because of April Fool's Day. But it might be equivalent to that if things go awry. And I don't think things are going to go well for a while, at least leading up to April 2nd. You're going to have a down market, in my opinion. It might pick up after that, but I think it's going to be some months after that that it begins to pick up, because what he's hoping is that companies and factories move to the United States so that they don't have to pay tariffs. But that's a long-term prospect, and the stock market looks out to the future like 3 months at a time, and we're going to have a downturn. The best evidence of this is the Atlanta Fed tries to predict the gross domestic product, the GDP, and it's projecting that the GDP is going to go down at least 2.5%. It was predicting 2.8%, but this is from being up like 2.5% to all of a sudden, or 2.3% at least, and going to a negative 2.5%. They're shouting at the top of their lungs that things are not going to go well in the near term. Inflation is not going to do well. It's not going to decrease significantly. It's going to come in at your 0.2, 0.3% per month. If you look at this, Cleveland Fed's nowcasting, where they try to predict the rates of inflation. The PCEs is personal consumption expenditures. The CPI is the consumer price index. And then they have the cores, which excludes energy and food costs. So, and you can see it's anywhere from 2.5% to 3%. But these are the February and March numbers. I think when the April 2nd numbers hit, it's going to be far worse for April. So the April numbers will be far more significant. The April numbers will include all the tariffs. He delayed them for a month. Almost all tariffs are off until April 2nd, but then they all kick in on April 2nd, which is going to make April 2nd much worse than feared. So I asked myself, what stocks are the safest stocks to invest in right now? And it's not technology stocks. Technology stocks are taking it in the teeth. These are stocks that I want to invest in, and I consider them the safest stocks, but I'm holding myself back just because the trend towards the market being negative until early April is so firmly established. Just a friendly reminder that this is not financial advice, because I do not know your personal situation. You need to do further research and gather further information to decide if the investments I present are right for you. The first company I would want to invest in, if I was investing in companies right now, again, I'm going to wait for the stock market to look like it's somewhat positive at least, but it would be BYD. The stock symbol is BYDDY. and it's a Chinese company that sells electric cars, but they sell all manner of cars. They sell internal combustion engine cars. They sell hybrid cars. They sell electric buses. They do everything. They're sort of a combination of the General Motors and Tesla of China, and it's a very substantial company and well-founded. BYD's relative strength is about 53, which indicates that it's neither overbought nor underbought. It is undervalued as its present price is about $90, and it's considered to be valued at about $115. Its price to earnings ratio is a good 19. Its earnings growth rate is a solid 20%. So here's a company that's highly in favor, has a positive tailwinds, and the fact that Tesla is doing poorly only helps BYD even more. Tesla, on the other hand, has been a disaster in the last month. It's gone down about 90 points from about 355 to 262. So what a disaster. It's mainly the result of Musk being focused on helping to run the government through his Department of Government Efficiency, which I have doubts about that title, but it is not in the best interest of the country, I don't believe, and I don't think it's in the best interest of Tesla for him to be that involved. You can see the relative strength of Tesla is 26, which would suggest it's undersold, but the negative sentiment towards Tesla is massive at the moment. The other super conservative investment is Progressive Corporation, Progressive Insurance. Its symbol is PGR. Its price right now is close to $280. Its value is considered to be $418. Wow. Its price to earnings is an excellent 19, and its earnings growth rate is an excellent 29%. So it's hard to ignore these numbers. Its relative strength is 66, which is good. It's hard to ignore these positive numbers. And if I wasn't waiting for the market to turn somewhat more positive, I would buy it now. But I'm going to wait until there's some indication that we're having a turning point, which we have not received yet. It is possible that they are resetting the economy, and maybe in 6 months to a year's time, things are going to turn around and be positive. But that is speculative, and it's a hope. There's not much evidence for it right now. We would have to see more evidence of that for me to get enthused about investing in the stock market. So these stocks are for the brave. I don't think we're to the bottom of the stock market yet. I follow the NASDAQ mainly, and that's down about 10%. I want to see it go down another 10%, in the 20% range, which is crash territory. But that would be a mild crash, okay? And that's being optimistic. I think April 2nd is going to be massive, but you never know with Trump. He could reverse it in the snap of a finger, and that's why it really is impossible to even trade this market right now, in my opinion. Thanks for watching.